Bad Blumhouse movie, good Blumhouse movie. Bad Universal movie, good Universal movie. Anyways, Universal. Before I get into the Invisible Man series, Universal, y'all need some help. You can't keep releasing terrible ass movies. You had Black Christmas, bad. Cats, terrible. Y'all need a win. I know you guys can't survive on Jurassic Park and Fast and Furious for long. This movie, Invisible Man, was a good step in the right direction, rebooting your whole Universal monsters. And so, let's get in. So I've always been a big fan of Universal Monsters. Bought one of the box sets for the original movies not too long ago. Cost me $40. Actually, I ain't even paid for it. But these movies, for anybody who hasn't watched these movies, they're very fun movies. They are. And I don't know what they was thinking with the Mummy 2017 with Tom Cruise. But that's another story for another video. And some people hate Dracula Untold. I actually don't think it's bad. Once again, it's a fun movie. But we're not going to talk about that because that's the story for another time. This time, we're going to talk about The Invisible Man. And this is supposed to be a part of the Dark Universe or Universal Monsters reboot. Whatever they want to call it. So like they got more films planned down the line, but we're not going to get into that. Once again, that's something for another time. As we go down the line, the Invisible Man franchise started in 1933. The Invisible Man, played by Claude Rains, and then 1940, The Invisible Man Returns, played by Vincent Price, and then that same year, The Invisible Woman, played by Virginia Bruce. And then 1942, we got The Invisible Agent and The Invisible Man's Revenge, played by John Hall. And then we got the Abbott and Costello series, which is Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, played by Vincent Price once again. And then Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man, played by Arthur Frantz, this time again. And then pretty much the Invisible Man went away for some time. Then you had the Hollow Man. Yes, the Hollow Man, which is based on the Invisible Man. Now, all of a sudden, like I said, going back to the Dark Universe, Universal tried to change that MCU universe flow. This came at the time when we had Marvel, DC, even the now called Monsterverse, and a whole bunch, even those horror movies like, what's it called? Not Insidious, but The Conjuring, trying to start their little combined universes. Well, unlike the MCU and, if you want to count DCEU and the Conjuring universe, they were somewhat successful, especially the MCU. But they tried it with the Universal Studios monsters, starting with the Mummy. Actually, it wasn't even the Mummy. It was Dracula Untold, and then it came down to the Mummy with Tom Cruise. And then they decided to start again with the Invisible Man. Now, let's dig into the review. I'm not going to go too much on the review. All I have to say is, this movie was good. I feared this movie would be some type of, I hate to say it, but some type of wokeness going on. Because whenever you have a female in the lead these days, you always fear that the movie would be woke. No, it wasn't woke. Elizabeth Moss played the character very well. And it was a different take on the Invisible Man, brought to the modern day. They didn't try to combine other heroes or other characters like they did in the Mummy. They didn't try to let's bring in Dracula. I don't know what Mummy 2017 was, to tell you the truth. I can go on all day about that. That was a cluster, you know what. But going back to the Invisible Man, they didn't try to do none of that. They tried to keep it plain, simple. Mainly, a little spoiler, it was about a woman getting stalked by somebody that was invisible. And most of the people around her didn't believe her. That's the core of the story. Simple as that. No trying to, I can't, this is how confusing The Mummy 2017 is. Maybe I might revisit this later on, but I still don't know what Mummy 2017 was. I know what Dracula Untold was. It's the origin story of Dracula, but what was The Mummy? They tried to do something different, but we get a huffing and puffing Russell Crowe that can barely fit in that fat ass suit he was wearing. And then you get Tom Cruise running from his... I was gonna say Tom Cruise running from his gay thoughts. It's a Family Guy joke, people. And then we got the mummy herself. I forgot her name. And then we get another person in there, Set. And then we get freaking references to other characters like Dracula, because there's the vampire skull in that movie, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, if I think I said that right. But anyways, we get a whole bunch of cluster. Invisible Man did not do that. Like I said, it kept it simple. It didn't go off the rails talking about other stuff out there. They kept it simple. The acting was great, and the movie's plot, it may sound simple. Yes, it was simple, but the way it was pulled off was very brilliant. Just like some of the scenes of this movie were pulled off very brilliant to show what was going on in the background. I'm not going to get too much into it because I want you guys to watch the movie. But this movie was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it very much. And I hope Universal continues to make things regarding the Universal monsters. You don't need to make an A-Team or Avengers or a Justice League team with the monsters. You don't really need to do that. And if he was ever going to do that, Universal, do it. Execute it right. Execute it right. Don't bring in other stuff. But I hope they don't do that, because I don't think they can do that. And I blame Alex Kurtzman for The Mummy. And I know people like to blame Alex Kurtzman for a lot of stuff these days. But as long as Universal makes movies like The Invisible Man when it comes to Universal monsters, it'll be great. They'll hit the jackpot. They even got a rumored, well, it's not rumored because this is actually happening. Universal down in Florida is building a 4th park. Yes, they have Universal Studios Florida, Islands of Adventures in their Volcano Bay, a place I frequently go during the summer, or actually the winter up Steve. But they have another park coming down the road called, not Worlds of Adventure, it's an Epic Universe, and it's rumored to have a Universal Classic Monsters land. Now, Universal, you will hit the jackpot with that theme park land and these movies. You can make money. You can blow freaking Warner Brothers and Disney out the water with that, if you stick to the plan you have and don't try to go crazy. Because now, after this movie, it's supposed to be a sequel to this movie called The Invisible Woman, played by Elizabeth Banks. And if you're not familiar with what Elizabeth Banks did in the past, yeah.
You are in the presence of angels.
I'm not looking forward to that, but I hope it doesn't go off the rails. And then they also have other movies coming out. So, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about Universal Studios Monsters. I will come back to this another day. But it's such a big franchise to cover, because you have The Mummy, Invisible Man, Dracula, Frankenstein, the creature from the Black Lagoon. There's a whole bunch of people to cover, and I'm not going to try to do it in one video. This is strictly on The Invisible Man, if you can't catch that drift by now. But anyways, I give the movie, let's say, 8 out of 10. It had a couple slow parts, but some of the slow parts did build the tension going on in this movie. That's all I asked for. I didn't ask for no superhero type stuff. I asked for a smart movie, and I got it. So, that being said, I'm done.